guys. Sorry I'm late. My commute was terrible this morning. The traffic in the living room, oi. Yeah, sorry. Bad joke. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, sunshine. Adam, Mary Jo. Hi, guys. Good morning. So, back on the porch this morning. Mo's here. Sorry, guys. I can only say hi to the people that I see. Jake. I think it's just when my friends sign on. So, if you want to say hi, make a comment. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're watching. Back on the porch today. It's like 45 degrees. It's a little rainy this morning, so I'm going to run a little bit later today. I have a Zoom check-in at 9 o'clock anyway, so the plan was to run a little bit later this morning anyway. So hopefully by about 11 o'clock or so, the weather will be decent, better, at least not raining maybe, and I'll be able to get 5 in today. That's the plan, is to do 5 today. So yesterday I ended up, I don't know if anyone goes back and watches the post-run wrap-up videos I post in the comments, but I ended up doing a trail run yesterday for it was supposed to be a short run yesterday anyways. In the training schedule, Wayne County is most definitely not staying home right now. We have a lot of essential workers out here, especially the farmers. So I was planning on doing road run yesterday, but I had some injury on my ankle, and so the first thing was my trail running shoes hit my ankle a different way, so that was the first sort of deciding factor. And I had this thought just kept nagging at me yesterday: go on a trail run, stop running on the road just for today. And so I even had a couple of contradictory thoughts. I thought, no, I'm gonna run on the road and go with and continue to work on my pace and stuff like that. So I shared more on that in the video, in the post-run wrap-up video yesterday, and then something just kept nagging at me to run on the trail, and I'm so glad that I finally listened to that voice and went and ran on the trail, because it really was easily the best part of my day yesterday, along with getting my new running shoes delivered. Showed up at my porch yesterday, so it's been like a year since I had new, because I do a lot of trail running and not so much road running, so I don't really replace those running shoes as much as my trail runners. So it's been like a year, and they were really starting to wear on my foot. So I ended up ordering new shoes, and they showed up yesterday. Yay! So I have them on now. Asics is my brand, by the way, just in case anyone was curious or wondering. If you don't like Asics, you're wrong. Just kidding. People are very passionate about what running shoes they use. If you run in Nikes, you're definitely wrong. But anyway. So I ended up having a really good trail run yesterday. It was really fun. And, my GPS didn't work. There was all kinds of things that were telling me not to work on pace yesterday, but just go out. And it reminded me again of what running is for me, this moving meditation. And the meditation doesn't have to be counting breaths or counting strides or counting anything. It can be just being incredibly mindful of where our feet land and what kind of. So I ran the trail that I broke my ankle on a couple years ago, and that's just my local trail here at Casey Park in Ontario. And there's one, the back mile of the quarry, the iron ore bed, is really rocky. Really, there's a lot of roots, a lot of rocks, and a lot of little hills and stuff. So you have to be really mindful and conscious of what you're doing, or like I did a couple years ago, if I'm not paying attention, I twisted my ankle and ended up with an avulsion fracture. which is really pretty painful. So I don't suggest doing that, but so it just reminded me of that mindfulness, and that I just love trail running because it's just like being a little kid again, especially when it's muddy. It's like running through mud puddles and stuff, and it's just fun. I'm not worried about pace. I'm not worried about anything like that. I'm just having fun. And I'm not saying like any one thing is right or wrong. It's just nice to change it up every once in a while and go with, I don't know. I'm just really glad that I have that awareness of those thoughts, and like I paid attention to it and went and did it yesterday, because it really was one of the best parts of my day yesterday. So how's everybody doing today? I haven't read any of the comments, and I'm old, so I gotta put my glasses on to do it. Good morning, Meredith is here. Jennifer's here. Hi guys. How you doing? Linda. Hi, Betsy. Oh my goodness. All kinds of people watching this morning. Thank you. Thanks for joining me. I don't have anything really other than talking about yesterday's run planned to talk about today. I mean, I think this week I've been struggling with a couple of different things. I think we've had a couple of staff check-ins this week, and dealt with some heavy information this week, and so processing some of that and some other personal things going on has made it kind of a challenging week. Not so much from the standpoint of having to stay home or the isolation and things like that. I think everyone's starting to settle into that groove right now. I think it's more dealing with some of the challenges in this new reality. Like dealing with and processing information and stuff like that has become a new exercise, and I'm working on it. So it always takes me a little extra time to adjust to things, and I get kind of stuck in my ways. And so adapting to change and processing things differently always takes a little bit of time. So kind of going through that and trying to be kind to myself while I go through that. I think that I wrestle a lot with feeling like I'm doing enough, and I know that that's kind of a common theme that we've all been talking about in our live feeds in ROCovery. I think that we all are very hard on ourselves, and especially when it comes to doing enough. And so I've been challenged with that a lot this week, and really learning to take an afternoon off and just unplug, and not answering texts, not answering my phone, not being on Facebook, not just unplugging and taking a break when I need to, and being okay with that. I mean, everybody can do that, right? But truly being okay with that and being comfortable in that, in doing that, without apologizing, without feeling like I have to apologize for it. I actually had the thought yesterday of I could really use, maybe I'll take a vacation week, in the midst of all this, and just have a week where I'm just not even I'm not even opening my computer, I'm not even picking up my phone, other than to check on, family members and close friends. So I'm kind of toying with that idea right now too, or at the very least, when we get back to real life, taking a week off, which would be really funny. Hey, we're back. Okay, I'm taking off. But anyway, Gary's on. Hey, Gary. Meredith says, having a rough start, just tired and achy for some reason. No, not COVID. My coffee in hand, waiting for it to work. Yeah. Like, I was up for some reason today. I woke up in the middle of the night. When I finally looked at my phone to see what time it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and just could not get back to sleep. I don't know what it was. I heard one of my sons was up also in the middle of the night, and maybe that's what woke me up, but I just couldn't, again, thinking of all the things I could be doing to try and catch up, feeling like I'm not doing enough or whatever. So I foresee an afternoon nap. Because, I'm going to be tired, so this coffee really needs to kick in. So I'll wait a little while till this rain blows over, probably run about 11 o'clock. And I'll do a post-run video thing again. Gary, good to have you with us. Brian's watching. Hey, Brian. Good morning. Meredith says, yes, I did that last night. Spent the night reading, doing my best to avoid the phone, social media. Yeah. Yeah, and so now the president's been on every night, too. I think he's trying to be like Cuomo and be on every night. And I've even noticed they've adjusted, like, he's only on for a certain time, and then they get him off, and then the doctors come on, and the vice president talks and stuff like that. So I'm still trying to watch those to be informed, but then quickly getting off them and being on to something else. I think it's easy to fall into the trap of we can't take a vacation while we're home. Yeah. Very easy to fall into that trap. Sorry, get a lot of trucks out here, a lot of farm equipment and stuff. Yeah, keeping focused to read. That's really, Mary Jo, that is a really good point. And I find myself a lot of times too, if I'm reading something and it's not truly engaging me, my mind starts to wander. And before I know it, I've read a whole page and I have no idea what the heck I just read. I have a real problem with that. And then I got to go back and read again. But then just understanding that maybe what I'm trying to read at that time it's not engaging me. So maybe I need to go pick out something different, or something that I'm really going to find interesting and engaging, because obviously that's not doing it. So it's not something wrong with you. Maybe it's just something wrong with what you're picking to read at that time. Mo, I've been napping more too. Yes. Yes, naps are awesome. Great way to recharge. Especially when you're running, you got to recharge. Yes, Meredith, I know. I don't want to turn this into a whole political discussion, but yes, he is trying to rally. This is his rally, but anyway, I'm really, really trying to be, trying to edit myself, right? No politics, no religion. These are things you don't talk about at parties or on Facebook. So, both are very difficult to avoid right now. So yeah, I came on late. I'll probably cut out early. I really, I was talking with one of our other, one of my friends who I happen to work with, who is also a very, someone who's close to my heart, and I care very much for, and in a non-creepy professional way. We were chatting yesterday about how hard this is to do sometimes, these live feeds, and again, not trying to woe is me anybody or look for sympathy or anything like that, but when you're really not feeling it, right, and we're trying to be upbeat, we're trying to inspire hope, we're trying to be there for people, but when we're not feeling it ourselves, the hardest thing to do is to get up and to do this, and to do these live feeds. Is challenging sometimes, and it's hard to not to, I'm grateful for it a lot, because it does force me to not wallow in that, but sometimes you have to, right? Especially if you're used to being a genuine person, or strive to be a genuine person as much as you can, to pretend like everything's okay when it's not, when you don't have the energy, when you don't have the optimism or whatever it is we need to be there for people. How to honor that and how to be true to that, taking a break. We've had times where I know that various staff members who do the live feeds have had to just take a day off, and hope that people understand that we need a break every once in a while to replenish our energy as well. We're human, and we're, like I said, everybody's hard on themselves, and we're certainly no exception to that. I can't tell you, when we first started doing these, how much I would just pick apart everything I just said. I don't do that anymore. I'm just like, whatever, I said it, it's out there, it's done. But at the beginning, it was like the self-criticism loop that went on was mind-boggling. So we need to honor our own stuff, too, and really recognize it. Sorry, sinking back in my Adirondack chair. Meredith, Mary Jo, I do have that problem too, especially during this time we're in, but staying focused is really hard, especially when you're reading. No politics. Yeah, avoiding those press conferences are probably a good thing, but I do want to hear, so they finally get to the doctors toward the end of it, because I do want to hear, what's going on in other cities and stuff like that, and they're starting to say, that Philadelphia is starting to experience an uptick and things like that, but hopefully, yes, Mary Jo, I will talk to Lindsay about that today. Maybe she's watching some of these and maybe she'll see your comment, but we'll get Lindsay on to do a live feed. Maybe if I take a vacation, she can take over my 7:30 spot. And Meredith, Jonathan, I completely feel your pain about the Zoom meetings and such. Yeah, video chats all day. It really gets to be a lot. Like Mondays are probably my hardest days because of that. We have a lot of video, a lot of Zoom check-ins. This past Monday in particular, I think I had more than usual. Usually my limit's like 3 and I got to check out for the rest of the day, and I had 4 on Monday. And to some people that may not be a lot. To me, that it was way too much. I couldn't, like Monday I was just done. So I don't know what your personal limits are on doing Zoom feeds, and maybe you don't do any. And again, I don't want to, I'm grateful that we have them. I'm grateful that we have Zoom and we have this ability to stay connected, and at the same time, I hate it. So, it's one of those double-edged swords. Same thing goes for my recovery too. In many respects, I'm so grateful for my recovery. I can't imagine living another way now, except for when I do, and sometimes it's tiring, and sometimes I wish, I could just forget it for a day, but I know that I can't. So I stay vigilant, and that takes a lot of energy. So anyway, trying to be upbeat and positive today, and I keep getting dragged into the negative things. So I am going to cut it a little short today. Thank you for joining, and keep an eye out for everyone else's feeds today. I'm in traffic today. Going really fast, too. Stephanie! You made it just in time to watch me end. That's okay, though. You can go back and watch the video if you want. But thank you for joining this morning, and thank you for sharing our videos and everything. You guys are awesome, and you're doing such amazing work, and please don't stop. We're such a strong recovery community in this area, in this city, that it's really amazing, and we take it for granted. But not every city has what we have for recovery, and the amount of support that you can get in this area is just absolutely amazing. I love you too, and you know what? I can't wait until we get back and can open the center and just engage with. I have a feeling, we're going to be so much stronger after this, and so much more robust in our membership and what we do together as a recovery community. I think you're going to see some amazing things happen on the other side of this thing. I just know it. I know that we are. I know the people in our recovery community, and I just know I see how everyone's responding already, and how, when we are able to come back together again, how much stronger we're going to be for all of this. And it's funny, I know I said I was going to end, but Yana talks about this too, and that, and I believe this too, is that, our challenges are what make us stronger in this. You can't have growth without some kind of pain, right? Like, growth comes through change comes through loss, and loss comes with pain, and that's just it's just naturally how it goes. You just can't, that's like one of those truths in life that you just can't escape, right? So we've got to go through some pain sometimes to experience growth, and we're going to experience growth with this. We just are. It's not going to defeat us. It's not going to define us, but it's definitely going to cause us to grow, right? And I can't wait for that. I can't wait till we realize that growth and really get on the other side of this and watch people just completely flourish and bloom and any other spring analogy I can use. But anyways, I've rambled enough. I'm gonna, like I said, I got a Zoom call at 9, and then I'm gonna go run probably about 11 or so, and then I'll do like a post-run pontification and post that in the comments. And I'm gonna do 5 miles today. Steph and Mo, you guys are totally beating me this week, so I watched everyone's totals this morning on RunKeeper, and you guys are already ahead of me. I'm only doing 5 today. I got a rest day tomorrow, and then Saturday's a cross-train day, so all of my mileage is going to be done today, and I'm only adding 5, maybe 6, depending on how I feel. So you guys are already beating me, so I got to make that trophy so I can award it to somebody next week. Anyway, you guys have a great day, and thanks again for joining me as often as you do. And it really does, by the time I'm done with this, if I start out feeling not so great, I always feel awesome because of all the comments and all the people I see joining. So thank you so much for being here for me and helping me through another day. I love you guys. Inspire hope. Peace.